Well, hey everyone, it's me, Yoshi the Gamer, and Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everyone! It is 2025, and I have a lot of big plans for 2025, and you guys should get really excited with all my big plans. So, I decided I was going to kick this year off strong with some of the best charm builds that I can think of. Now, are any of these charm builds really that practical? Like, are they actually useful or anything like that? Yeah, some of them, yeah, some of them are. Some of them are useful. However, some of them I just made them just for fun. So, yeah, if you want to test out these charm builds for yourself, then that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Because some of them are not really that practical, but a lot of them I'm going to make are pretty fun to mess around with. So, I'm going to start things off with a nail build. And by the way, I'm going to keep Wayward Compass on because, well, Wayward Compass is probably the best charm in the entire game. Like, no doubt, this is easily the best charm in the whole game. So, of course, I'm keeping this on for every build. So, where was I? Right. The nail build. You're going to need, if I can get, you're going to need Long Nail or Mark of Pride. You can use any of these two. You can use Long Nail or Mark of Pride. But for the time being, I'm going to use Mark of Pride since it's more superior to, since it's like Long Nail but a lot better. You're going to also need Quick Slash, Unbreakable Strength, and lastly, Nail Master's Glory. Now, Long Nail, Mark of Pride, they both Long Nail, of course, increases the range of your nail, so you can strike enemies from far away. Mark of Pride is basically Long Nail on steroids because it greatly increases the range of your nail. Quick Slash, it increases the rate of your nails. It increases it allows you to attack faster, so like increases your attack rate, which is also pretty useful. Unbreakable Strength, what it does is that it increases the attack power of your nail. So yeah, it's like a flat out attack boost, which is pretty cool. And Nail Master's Glory, it increases the it basically makes it so that you can perform nail arts a lot faster. So here's without Nail Master's Glory. And now here it is with it. Yeah, a very big difference for a charm that only costs one single notch. So anyways, let's test this out. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Put that on. And then again. There we go. It is extremely useful. It is really cool, actually. Since, of course, you can strike enemies from far away, you attack really quickly, and, of course, you hit really hard with the nail. Okay, jump, careful. Now, this is, of course, the Great Husk Sentry, which is probably one of the most dangerous enemies in the City of Tears. As you saw, I dealt with him no problem with the help of Unbreakable Strength. Because these guys right here, these are probably some of the most difficult enemies to fight in Hollow Knight. And, I forgot what these things are called. I got the dream-related thingy. I forgot what that's called, But yeah, with this build, you strike from a far distance, you attack really quickly, and you hit hard. As well as the fact that, of course, your nail arts come out faster. So you know what? Since I didn't give the whole nail arts thing, a test. Well, I did give it a test to start showcasing what it means. So, come on, get up, and careful. Come on. Dang it. No. Yeah. Get up. There we go. And since nail arts are very powerful, you can basically, yes, because of how powerful nail arts are, and since I have, well, of course, the fragile the Unbreakable Strength charm, they deal like a lot of damage, and you can basically make life work of some of the toughest enemies in the game. Now, don't worry to all the mage fans out there. There's a magic build for you guys, which I will get to right now. But first, before I get to it, I want to showcase another thing that's pretty cool. That being this. So, as I already stated, Long Nail can increase the range. Long Nail and Mark of Pride increase the range of your nail. So Here's how it is without your nail, without any charms. Here it is with long nail. Yeah. Now, here it is with the Market Bride. And yeah, now, of course, these two are actually stackable. So, if you mix long nail with Market Bride, you can get this. Yeah, that is some significant range, don't you think? It is a very significant range right here. So yeah, it's pretty. So yeah, it's. I kind of like some of the attention to detail that the devs did here with the game because it's. Yeah, this is why my Switch is literally a treasure trove of indie games. So yeah, let's move on. Let's move on now to the mage build. First off, you're gonna need Shaman Stone. Then you're gonna need. To summarize, Shaman Stone increases the attack power of your spells. Not only that, but it also increases the size of them too. Like, here's what I mean. Here's your spells without Shaman Stone. Now, here it is with Shaman Stone. Yeah, a very significant difference, and it's just all like with the bell. Now, you're also going to need Soul Eater, Spell Twister, and Grub Song. Soul Eater, what it does is that it greatly increases the amount of soul you get from when you attack enemies. There's another charm like this called Soul Catcher, which is basically like, to summarize, Soul Eater is pretty much like the Market Bride to Soul Catcher. Spell Twister, what it does is that it makes it so that you can cast more spells because it reduces the cost of the soul cost for your spells. And Grub Song, anytime you take damage, you get soul back. Yeah, you gain some soul every time you take damage, which for a one-notch charm, that is very useful. That is very useful in a lot of situations. So, let's give this a test. Alright. There we go. You strike this guy with my nail. Attack me. Good. Strike him down with my nail. Good. There's this guy right where's next him. Here, okay? Okay, let me just... There we go. Bro, they just got absolutely destroyed right there. Alright, now. Here we go. Ouch. Careful, careful. There we go. Now, I want to be careful because I'm almost dead, but because I have Soul Eater, I can do this. Heal up real quickly. And yeah, so let's fight this guy real quickly again. Okay, careful. Be careful because I don't have my nail build, of course, so this is going to be a lot risky. There we go. And good. Good. And they're dead. And oh crap, I accidentally entered someplace on accident, so let me go back out. What I meant to do was I was going to try to do, let's try again with this guy. Careful, careful. The thing that I like about some of these builds that I'm creating is that some of these can easily, like some of these builds right here, they can like easily bully some of the toughest enemies in the game. Which, exactly what I just said. They can straight up, some of these builds can easily bully some of the toughest enemies in the game, which is really useful since this game is, of course, a Souls-like. So, so you're gonna get demolished a lot in this game. So yeah, this is the mage build. Now next up is a mobility themed build, which first you're gonna need Sprint Master. Now what Sprint Master does is that increases your running speed. Here's the default running speed. Now you can get Sprint Master equipped. You move a lot faster. Next thing you need is Dash Master. What Dash Master does is that you're able to dash a lot more frequently. And you have the ability to dash downwards as well. So, apparently, if you mix Dash Master with Sprint Master, you actually move way quicker. You actually move a lot quicker. Dang it, I didn't even do that. Yeah, you move way faster. And that is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Which I'm not sure how does Dash Master act as a speed boost for Sprint Master, but that's cool nonetheless, I guess. You're also gonna need Sharp Shadow. What Sharp Shadow does is that your shadow dash pretty much becomes like a weapon. Like when you dash, which it also, of course, like look, yeah, it becomes like a weapon, and it also kind of increases the distance of your dash. Not that, but the dash, your shadow dash actually does the same amount of damage as your nail, which yeah, that's pretty cool. We're also gonna need quick slash because of course this is a mobility themed build, so you're gonna need to be striking really fast. And lastly, shape of Oon. I'll showcase what shape of Oon does later, but yeah, so you're basically moving very fast, and you're also dashing quickly. So let's let this guy charge at me again, and he just got absolutely wrecked. See right here? He got absolutely wrecked. This guy right here, one dash. Oh crap! I forgot it wasn't active yet. All right, now it's ready. So it's insane. It's insane with some of those things that you can get away with. All right, because I'm almost out of health. I need to. The only problem with this is that you don't gain soul from doing dash attacks apparently. So yeah, that's the only downside is that you don't gain soul from this. Sadly. Okay, cool. Crap. Okay, careful, because this guy can do 2 masks of damage. Good. Now as you can see, I'm almost dead, which is a good time to demonstrate the next shape of Oon. Now, as you know, the problem with healing this game is that you're left vulnerable because, well, you're just standing there. Since you have to stand there, and since, of course, you have to stand in place and heal, which can leave you as being a sitting duck. Shape of Oon fixes that problem. As you can see, you can become some weird, like, slug creature, and you can, like, move around while focusing, which, honestly, I don't see too many people talking about this charm. It's quite underrated with the fact that you can move around while focusing. And not only does that allow you to, make some quick escapes and all that stuff, but that also gives benefits, since it pretty much shrinks the player's size and, makes you into a slug, that can also allow for, allowing you to dodge, attacks because, well, it shrinks your hitbox, I think. Yeah. Here's my so yeah, this is my mobility build and all that stuff. Cool. Alright, next up is what's it called? Next build up is the Unbreakable / Fragile Warrior. What you're gonna need is Unbreakable Heart, Unbreakable Greed, and Unbreakable Strength. And since I have 3 charm notches left over, I'm just gonna get Mark of Perfect. Now, the thing about the Unbreakable charms I have is that they start out as like a fragile version of them, meaning when you die, you lose the charm. However, you can get them repaired. The way how you get these, the Unbreakable charms, the fragile charms, is you have to go to Fungal Wastes, and you have to go talk to this NPC known as Leg Eater, who will sell them to you. And apparently, if you have the Defender's Crest, which I'll get to that later in another build, you can get a discount from them, and you can basically, when you die, you can also get, he'll repair your charm. He'll repair those charms for you. To get the Unbreakable versions, you need to start the Grim Troop DLC. You need to go talk to this person who you can give your fragile charms to, and they will turn them into Unbreakable charms. However, the problem is that this bitch is greedy as hell because she wants like a lot of geo / money for all of this. So. Yeah, so of course I already demonstrated what Unbreakable Strength does. Unbreakable Health increases the amount of health you have by it gives you 2 extra masks. So let me take it off. As you can see, I only have 8 masks. And if I put it on, I have 10 now. With what's it called again? Right, with Unbreakable Greed, what it does is that it increases the amount of geo that you get from killing enemies. Of course, geo is this game's currency. And as I just stated before, the person that you need to get these upgrades is super greedy and wants like a lot of geo for it. And the thing is that Unbreakable Greed is the cheapest one. So I recommend for you guys to upgrade Unbreakable Greed first, so then you can have a much more easy. Yeah, I recommend for you to upgrade the Greed charm, so then you can get so you can get Unbreakable Heart and Unbreakable Strength a lot better. But yeah, so let me go around and demonstrate with this build real quickly. There we go. So yeah, you take a lot more hits and you get a lot more geo. Another interesting thing to note about the geo is that I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but with the geo, the extra geo is actually the extra geo starts flashing. Yeah. You might see it. You probably might not see it. But let me just take on this Great Husk Sentry real quickly. Oh dang it! I got hit. But yeah, you might not see it, but the extra geo that you get is actually flashing, which signifies that, of course, that's the extra geo. Which yeah, that's pretty useful. And like I said, I recommend for you guys to get fragile greed upgraded into unbreakable greed because well, it's the cheapest one, and it will get the other two charms upgraded a lot easier and much less tedious, honestly. Careful. There we go. So yeah, that's the Unbreakable Warrior charm right there. Now, I'm going to head back over. Let me go around this way real quickly. There we go. Alright. Time for the next build on the list. That being the Minion build. Now, to make the Minion build, all you need is first Glowing Womb, Weaver Song, Fluke Nest, Grimchild, and lastly, Grub Song. Glowing Womb will drain your soul so it can give birth to hatchlings, which will fight for you. Weaver Song, what it does is that it spawns some Weaverlings around the place, with 3 Weaverlings, which are actually unkillable, and they can help you out and all that crap. Fluke Nest actually changes your Vengeful Spirits, which makes it so that it turns into like a shotgun blast of flukes, which is cool. Grimchild, as you can see, you guys probably know what Grimchild does, but as you can see, Grimchild is not fully upgraded yet, and that's for good reason, of course, because I'm saving the Nightmare King Grim fight for like a new different video, which yeah. And Grub Song, I have Grub Song equipped because apparently there's some weird interaction, which I'm not sure whether or not if it's a bug or a feature. It's probably one of those, it's not a bug, it's a feature type of moment, honestly. Or it's probably the other way around. It's not a feature, it's a bug moment. But apparently if the Weaverlings attack an enemy when you have Grub Song active, then apparently they apparently generate soul for you, which I don't know how does that make any sense. Let me just right. Let me just yeah. You guys probably didn't see it because I was too busy in the fight, but this is what Fluke Nest does. Yeah, it basically turns. Yeah, that's how it works. Now, because of the fact that I already used Fluke Nest once, might as well I demonstrate the weird occurrence. So, Shotgun Blast, there we go. Okay, good. I am like, come on. I am like, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I am gaining some soul from these attacks. Like, it's kind of weird because once again, the Weaver, I'm not taking any damage, and I just got some soul back thanks to the Weaverlings. Because, and yeah. Other thing to mention is that since Fluke Nest, like, causes like a shotgun blast for like, since it turns your Vengeful Spirit to like a shotgun blast. With the right setup, you can do some disgusting damage with this. And yes, these also benefit from the Shaman Stone. So yeah, like I just stated, with the right setup and with the right materials, you can basically do some disgusting amounts of damage with this build. Which that's pretty good. That's cool. Alright. Next build on the list is what I like to call Hive Life. Now, first off, you need Hiveblood. Now, what Hiveblood does is it changes the appearance of your masks. And that's literally it. That's all it does. For the low cost of how many notches? For the low cost of 4 notches, you can change the appearance of your mask, and that's all it does. And okay, yeah, I'm just fucking with you guys. What Hiveblood does is that when you take damage, the mask that got damaged will like start to like heal itself on its own. So let's wait. As you can see, it will slowly take time, and if you're good at dodging and all stuff, and you wait it out, it will heal itself, which is pretty cool because, well, you know, it's like you didn't take the damage at all, even though you did. Now, next, and then we have Joni's Blessing. With Joni's Blessing, it converts all your health into lifeblood and gives you like 4 extra hearts, I think. Yeah, I think that's how it works. It gives you extra hearts as well as, you know, converting all your health into lifeblood. Now, the thing is, now, there's one big problem with Hiveblood. Is that when you have lifeblood hearts, the lifeblood hearts don't get affected. Same thing with lifeblood core. When you have lifeblood core, they don't get affected, sadly. However, of course, when you have Unbreakable Heart, of course, those will get affected by it as well. Now, same thing with Joni's Blessing. With Joni's Blessing, if you have Unbreakable Heart, those hearts will also get affected as well, which that's pretty cool. Now, where am I going with this? If you mix Hiveblood with Joni's Blessing, you get this. The Lifeblood masks will actually get the Hiveblood ability, which it's pretty great. It's pretty great actually. So let me there's this guy. Let me let this guy hurt me. And yeah. Now, as you can see, the Lifeblood mask is actually regenerating. I'm also starting to notice it regenerates at a lot slower pace than if you just had Lifeblood normally. Not Lifeblood. If you just had the Hiveblood charm normally. So, yeah. And yep, there you go. It did it. It got itself back. Once again, is this really a practical build? Not really, especially since this build pretty much costs 8 charms. Well, 8 notches. Another thing to also note is that, yes, you can put on Unbreakable Greek, then yeah, there you go. So that's the Hive Life build. Once again, this build is not really that practical since, well, of course, you know, just these 2 charms right here are taking up all the notches. And not only that, before I move on, I've seen Joni's Blessing get a lot of hate in the Hollow Knight community, which I'm not gonna try to defend Joni's Blessing, but I can kind of see why. I mean, it costs 4 notches, and the fact that it replaces all your health with Lifeblood, that kind of sucks. Now, the thing is that I think what Team Cherry was trying to go for was like since all your health gets turned into Lifeblood, I think it was like, you know, so you can focus more on spells rather than healing. So yeah, you don't need to worry about healing at all, and you can just use your spells. But yeah, I can kind of see some of the issues that Joni's Blessing has. Alright, moving on to the next build, which is called the Diarrhea build. What you need for the Diarrhea build is that if you guys can come up with any good like name suggestions for any of the builds that I showed in this video, then good for you guys, good for you. So for this build, you need Glowing Boom and Fluke Nest, as well as Spore Shroom. Now, what Spore Shroom does is that when you let me go outside to demonstrate it real quickly. Is that when you hold on, there's this. Let me just damage myself. Good. When you focus your soul, it releases like a spore cloud, which will damage any enemy that's inside of it. So basically, you can defend yourself as well as unleash that at the same time. Now, the thing is that now let's move on. So you need Glowing Boom, Fluke Nest, and Spore Shroom. Now, to tie this all together, and why I call it Diarrhea build, you're going to need Defender's Crest. So I have 3 charm slots left over. I'm going to equip Mark of Pride. Now, the cool thing is about the Defender's Crest is that it emits an odor. It emits a heroic odor around you. So, but watch this. It does something special. You see that? The hatchlings gain a special new appearance and all stuff. That's pretty cool. However, I've seen some people say that this actually makes them a lot worse because they don't hit as hard. However, these things do like an area of effect damage. Like, watch this. That's crazy, don't you think? That's crazy. Let me just get damage in. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's head back to the other side. And slash. Dang it. Careful. It does a good area of effect damage right here. Alright, Fluke Nest. I almost forgot. This is what Fluke Nest does now. Yeah, Fluke Nest it explodes. It turns into like this one giant thing. Like, watch, wait. You saw that, didn't you? You guys saw that. It turns into like this huge fluke that explodes on contact and does like, that area of effect damage around, there. Now I'm almost dead. I'll try and showcase this build. So I'm gonna go and retreat real quickly so I can go rest up at the bench so I can continue on showcasing this build. Another thing is that with Sports Room, let me take off the I'm gonna take off the hatchling real quickly so I can make this a lot more easier to demonstrate. But yeah, I'm gonna make this a lot more easier to demonstrate. Yeah, I think it's a lot more easier to demonstrate this without the hatchling stealing all my soul. But when you heal back your health, this is how it changes. It changes. Here's how it changes. Watch. You like release like a fart cloud. Apparently, yeah, you release like some sort of like fart cloud when you're like trying to heal back your soul. Which, yeah, okay. Kind of interesting how Defender's Crest drastically changes a lot. It's kind of cool how this one-notch charm drastically affects everything. Oh, by the way, for anyone who didn't see the big fluke from before, let me just watch. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like. Yeah. Another build that I'm not sure this is really going to be all that practical and stuff, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. Let me just get up real quick. But yeah, it's pretty cool nonetheless. It's really interesting how Defender's Crest can affect all three. Can affect Fluke Nest, Sports Room, and Glowing Room drastically, which I kind of used to before I looked up a video on what does on some of the charm interactions and all that stuff. I was kind of fascinated to see how this one charm right here, this one charm, Defender's Crest, can affect a lot of the charms. Of course, I have Marker Pride just because, I need something to fill in the last slot. Next up is something called Inner Focus. I call it Inner Focus. Now, first we need Quick Focus. Wait, I'm going to need Grub Song. So I can quickly demonstrate this. Now, Quick Focus, what it does is that, let me just there we go. Come on, man. There we go. And there we go. So, Quick Focus, as you can see, I lost 2 masks of health. But don't worry. What Quick Focus does is that, dang it, that wasn't enough soul. That wasn't enough soul for a demonstration. Let me just take more damage. There we go. Now, for the quick demonstration is this. It increases the speed of how fast you heal, which that is pretty useful in a lot of that can be very useful in a lot of situations. However, we then have Deep Focus, which what Deep Focus does is this. Alright, good. Come on. Good. I specifically took 2 massive damage for one good reason. What Deep Focus does is this. While it slows down the healing speed of your soul, it regains 2 masks of damage instead of 1. Now, before I move on with what I'm trying to demonstrate, is that Deep Focus, just like Joni's Blessing, I've seen Deep Focus get a lot of hate in the Hollow Knight community, honestly. And, Deep Focus is actually not that bad of a charm. Look, just like with my Unalive Squad video where I said that Unalive Squad is not that bad, but at the same time it's not that good. Deep Focus, honestly, is in my opinion also not that bad, but also not that great of a charm. It is pretty underrated. I've seen this one video where this guy defends Deep Focus and says why it's pretty underrated and very overhated and all that stuff. And yeah, I kind of agree with him with some of the points he makes. But then again, I kind of do agree with what some of the haters are saying on the charm because it costs 4 notches, and the fact that it slows down your healing speed is one very big downside to this charm. Because of course, as I mentioned before, the problem with with healing is that, of course, you're basically a sitting duck, so you need to find like a perfect opportunity, otherwise then you're gonna get attacked. It's especially a nightmare in boss fights. So here's the special interaction. Another interesting thing is that if you look closely, you can kind of sell that quick focus and deep focus kind of look like they would go together. Like, you know, it has like one gem in the middle and these weird thingies around it. For quick focus, deep focus has all those gem parts, and like, yeah, you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? Let me get Grub Song back. Yeah, if you have quick and deep focus activated, then this will happen. All right, good. And come again, good. Get rid of them. So what this does is this. Quick focus actually cancels out deep focus's slowdown penalty, which is pretty useful. However, the problem is that, as you can see, it costs 7 notches. It costs 7 notches. Not as much as my Hype Life build thingy, but still, it costs a lot. But that's a cool special interaction to know. Now, next up is oh no, I kind of don't want to say this honestly because I don't want people to think of this wrong. But I call this build "I'm in love with a Shape of Boon." Look, I'm sorry. Every time I read the name Shape of Boon, I'm immediately thinking of that song "Shape of You" from I forgot who made it. I forgot who made that song. I forgot who made the song "Shape of You," but I always think of that every time I see "Shape of Boon." I'm not sure if that's intentional with Team Cherry and all that stuff, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's intentional or not. Oh, wait, before I move on to this build, I almost forgot to mention is that with Deep Focus I find pretty underrated because of the fact that not only is this game known for some brutal combat, but it also has some brutal platforming as well. So, and you're going to be taking damage a lot. So with Deep Focus, since you can just stand in one place and heal back 2 masks instead of 1, that's pretty useful. Especially if you're going to try to take on the White Palace or Path of Pain, because White Palace, I haven't beaten the White Palace yet, but to get the true ending, you have to go through the White Palace. And the White Palace, it is a very, very brutal platforming gauntlet. And Deep Focus is actually pretty useful there. And Path of Pain, on the other hand, wait, I almost forgot to mention is that I haven't beaten the White Palace yet, but yeah, I know for a fact that I've seen a walkthrough on it, and it looks brutal. It looks brutal as hell, and I feel like I am going to suffer a lot trying to do it. And another thing is that the Path of Pain, don't even get me started with the Path of Pain, because to summarize the Path of Pain, someone over at Team Cherry thought it was a good idea to put Celeste in the game. Yeah, that's basically how I'm going to describe the Path of Pain. It basically feels like Celeste in Hollow Knight, which I haven't played Celeste yet, but I saw some dude suffer 100% the whole game, and yeah, I can see how trying to play through Celeste is like, Celeste is basically like Super Meat Boy in a way. I'm not sure if it's harder than Super Meat Boy, but yeah, I'm soon thinking of playing Celeste and Meat Boy, by the way. But yeah, it's time to get back to the Shape of Boon build. But the interesting thing is that with Baldur's, so you have to start off with Baldur's Shell. Baldur's Shell is this. It puts like a shield around you when you're like trying to regain focus. So you have I already showcased it to you guys what Shape of Boon does. So here's the interesting thing. Okay, good. Need to get a lot of hits in. That's good. There we go. So the interesting thing is this. With Shape of Boon, it actually changes the appearance of the slug-like version that you become. Like, you get a shell around you to represent, But yeah. Cool. Another thing to also point out is, of course, we have the Spore Shroom. I already showcased to you guys what Spore Shroom does. So, let me showcase it again with this build. I mean, not with the interaction that it has with Shape of Boon. Didn't get he fell over, so I have to use another experiment. Good. Now, alright, get out of here. Alright, so here's what the Spore Shroom does. You get like some mushrooms, you become like some weird mushroom slug when you do that. Now, the interesting thing is that Team Cherry actually knew that some people would try to, mix Spore Shroom with Baldur's Shell and Shape of Boon. And Here's the result of what happens when you mix Shape of Moon with Spore Shroom and Ballard Shell. You need to take a lot of damage in order for me to experiment with this. Okay? Good, good. So here's what this will do. Watch. You become... So yeah, it mixes the two together, and the appearance also changes as you get like a shell as well as mushrooms around yourself. Alright, now, another thing I also want to point out is that you also need quick... For this build, you also need quick focus. Because something really, really weird happens when you mix quick focus with Shape of Moon. Come on, take one, make damage. Yep, what about next? Yeah, there we go. Here, this guy. Yep, you too. Alright, good. Now, let me go back to where I started so I can showcase what this does, but look, watch this. Look at how fast I'm going. Just look at how fast I just went. That is fast. Like, for me becoming like a slug creature, it's kind of ironic because slugs tend to be very slow. And the fact that this turns you to like a slug creature, and with quick focus, you move like incredibly fast with it. So, you probably already know where this is going. Alright, we go back inside and, okay, here we go. Alright, come back. Good. Good. I need to make sure I get a lot of focus in for this one. There we go. Alright. So, here's where this thing is going. So yeah, watch. You're moving insanely fast while you're also spreading, like, spore clouds as well as getting a defensive shield. So yeah, this is the build revolving around Shape of Moon. And this is the last build I'm also going to showcase. Well, not the last build I'm going to showcase, but there's one build that I always tend to run around with most of the times. So, usually I run with this build most of the times. Long Nail, Quick Slash, Shaman Stone, Nailmaster's Glory, and Grub Song. Just because it's like a mix / balance because, well, you have like long range, you attack fast, the damage of your spells are increased, and so is the fact that you can unleash your nail arts faster and you get soul when you take damage. Which, once again, these two right here, Nailmaster's Glory and Grub Song, for them only costing one notch, they are pretty strong. Like Grub Song especially, because like honestly, this should have been like a 2-notch charm or something, because the fact that you can gain soul from just taking damage is it is insane. Another thing I also wanted to mention before I decide to end off this video is that I'm not sure if I did say this already in the video or not. I'm not sure if I did. I don't think I did, but with Unbreakable Strength and Shaman Stone, these two right here, these two charms, if you look at any Hollow Knight tier list like ever, these two charms right here, there's a good reason for why you see these two charms up in S tier in almost every Hollow Knight ranking charm video. Like, yeah, there's like, and it's honestly hard not to see why these two charms are always in S tier, because they both increase the attack power of one of your main attack sources. So let me just do this so I can demonstrate exactly why these two charms are always S tier. See, look at that. This guy usually takes 2 shots, but this 1 shot it. This guy right here, this guy takes a lot of hits. This guy, 2 shot it. Now let's go out here. 1 shot it. Well, 1 shot it. This, yeah. This easily made light work of one of the toughest enemies in the game. Well, not the toughest enemy in the whole game, but one of the toughest enemies in the whole game. But yeah, there's a good reason why you always see these two charms up in S tier. Because you do like a lot of damage with both your main attacks. And yeah. So to be fair, I do agree. I do understand why Unbreakable Strength and Shaman Stone are up in S tier. Because these two charms, they do increase the attack power of your main attacks and all that stuff. since, well, you know, Unbreakable Strength increases the attack of your power of your nail, and Shaman Stone increases the attack power of your spells. It is very useful for a game like this because, as I just said, the combat in this game is brutal. So these two charms right here, it makes sense why they're always in S tier. And when I'm gonna do a tier list video, and I'm soon once I learn how to start getting better at making videos and all that stuff, I will do a Hollow Knight charm tier list and expect these two charms to be in S tier since, well, you know. But yeah. Anyways, that is all for this first video of this year. I don't know what to say, but yeah, I have a lot of plans this year. I have a lot of plans, and this is just one of them. Also remember, the net running build video as well is coming very soon. Very soon. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really guys hope you enjoyed my Hollow Knight Charms video, and I do recommend for you guys to give some of these charm builds a try, even though I did say that some of them are not really that practical, but some of them are really fun to mess around with. But yeah, anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Legoshi the Gamer, signing off.